We have a special opportunity this time again to be with one of the masters of the music in this century. Everybody knows this gentleman. He's been around for so many years. And one of the most important personalities of the music in this century. We're talking about Mr. Miles Davis. Mr. Davis, may I ask you something? How do you feel about hearing so much positive things about what you're doing, so much compliments, almost 4 decades, everything, magazines, radio, TV, 4 decades, the genius, the master.
You mean now they're doing it? Now. It doesn't bother me because, you know, I didn't start off to play music for that reason, you know, to, you know, like be in a contest or something like the best this and the best that.
The music written by Miles Davis, he calls So What?
I happen to be, I know who to pick for certain styles. The band we have now, it's correct for the style we play. But I just take it, I accept it. I used to didn't pay it any mind, but now I.
Every year on tour. You're every year on tour, actually, last couple of years.
I make a lot of money over here. I'll always come over here as long as I make the money. And first place, I'm well received here, you know. And second, I make enough money not to not to do anything in the States until I come here, which I would love to do.
What was it like the first time you worked with Miles Davis?
Scary. And it was funny because even before I actually officially worked with him, when he called Donald Byrd's house to speak to me, by the way, I'd heard that Miles was looking for me. You know, these rumors were floating around, and I didn't believe a word of it. You know, but finally Donald Byrd said to me, look, when Miles calls, tell him you're not working with anybody. I said, well, look, Donald, first of all, Miles is not going to call. Secondly, how could I do that to you? I've been working with you. You discovered me. You turned me on to having a publishing company. You got me my contract with Blue Note Records. You got me this car, the Cobra. He said, shut up, man. He said, if I ever stood in the way of a great opportunity of you working with Miles, he said, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror.
So, like I said, I'm really appreciative that you are talking to us.
My daughter hasn't told me about it. My aunt and my brother, they all live right there in St. Louis, and my ex-wife.
Well, we're not that well known. We are a public radio station, and we are college students that do play jazz.
I know if my family know about it.
Well, that I can't answer. I don't understand why nobody really knows about it. Can I start by asking you some questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to know, would you contrast your direction of music when you started out playing to the way it is now?
Well, can't you tell the difference now?
'60s and '70s and Bitches Brew, and people are calling this is a revolutionary thing.
When? Now? This music now?
No, this music, Bitches Brew.
How long is it going to be a revolution? When you say people, you mean critics. Because people don't say that kind of stuff. You know, they don't say, what's he doing? Unless they're white. You know, what's he doing? What kind of music? Pardon me. That's what they said when I was in the Plug Nickel. I think it was in the 60s. And you had the Black Panthers, you know? And their paper was saying, this motherfucker, the president. But, you know, I told some friends of mine, I said, they're going to be writing like that. You know, that's the way it's going to be. Composition's going to come out like that. Prince come up with it, right? He writes like the Black Panther paper was. We went to Chicago and we were playing like this, right? With Tony Williams, you know. Tony was 17. Some white woman asked me, she said, is that protest music? The only way she could feel like that if she had to be a racist.
And it's Miles. First question was, working with anybody? I said, no. So the next day, because Miles said, come to my house the next day. You know, anyway, I got to his house, and Tony Williams was there, great drummer. Ron Carter, great bass player, was there. George Coleman, great saxophonist, he was there. And Miles played just a little bit, and then he threw his trumpet on the couch, and then he ran upstairs and kind of left the duties to Ron Carter to have us go through a few tunes and play some things. I thought I was auditioning.
Miles Davis. You have an autobiography coming out soon.
Yes,
What is it called?
Miles.
Yes. Yeah, Miles Davis. I mentioned the word innovative in my intro. Last night I mentioned the word legend. Does that wear on you? Does it become burdensome?
Oh, you mean legend?
Yeah.
I don't like that, no. 'Cause I'm not finished.
Good point. I have to remember that. I'm not finished.
On the third day, because Miles kept asking us to come over to the next day. But Miles did come down and played a little bit more, and then he said, okay, next week we're gonna meet at 1:30 at Columbia Recording Studios. And I said, Miles, does that mean I'm in the band? Miles looked at me and had this kind of gleam in his eye, but he said some expletive, and then he said, "You're making the record," But what I found out years later was when Miles threw his horn down and ran upstairs. And this was like 20 or 25 years later. I found out that Miles went upstairs to his bedroom, and he was listening to us over the intercom. Because, like I said, I was scared. He knew that we were going to be nervous with him around. So he wanted to hear us, unencumbered by that kind of fear, which was fantastic and very compassionate of him to do that.
One thing about this visual things, as far as I know about videos. They are around in the States, and finally we got Miles on video. So you felt like, looking all this rock and roll thing, and finally
What?
your own video on like MTV and so on. How was that?
That didn't do it. I did a Honda commercial, and when I got back to the
Honda
States.
commercial is another thing. So
No, but I'm saying, and I did Miami Vice, and two little black girls said, called her sister, said, ask him. She said, weren't you on Miami Vice? I said, yes, that did it. And I've been playing trumpet a long time. And the video was it was a bad video. I didn't like that video.
I'll play first, and I'll tell you about it later. Maybe.
I mean, it's like a white person trying to be hip. Would you like to go to Africa? No, not to, But they have to ask you these questions to test you to see where your head is. They thought maybe I'd jump at that chance. Anyway, what else? I gotta go.
Okay, thank you for this conversation.
All right.